the entire drive, I was like this. Okay, well, I'm all set up. It's not hot, but it is hot. I'm just like sweating buckets. It's early, but I think I'm gonna make dinner now. It's only about 5:30. I usually eat a little bit later, but I didn't eat lunch today and I've been on the go pretty much all day getting ready to come up here. So I think I'm gonna get some dinner ready so I can just relax for the rest of the evening. But first things first. Yep, that's what we needed.
So for my first night, I just boiled up some pasta in some water on my camping stove, and I put the jar of sauce right in the water to heat it up at the same time. I've never done that before, but it turned out pretty good. I have decent cooking skills. I am just a fairly uninspired cook. I would rather be doing anything other than cooking. So I just wanted to keep it simple when I'm camping, so I'm not spending all my time preparing dishes. I put a little bit of cheese on top and ended up being a really good meal. One of the things I like best about camping is it makes me feel really capable. I do a lot of camping and a lot of my travel in general on my own. It allows me to experience things the way I want to, and I'm not waiting for other people or going at a different pace. I never camped growing up. I never had any interest in it. I never went to like Girl Guide camps or anything like that. And then one day when I was about 30, I thought, I think I want to go camping. I want to try this out. So I had a friend who really enjoyed camping and I said, hey, will you take me sometime and kind of show me the ropes? Turns out I loved it. And then I immediately wanted to learn how to do things on my own. I wanted to learn how to set up a tent all by myself and chop wood and start a fire and do all these things by myself so that I could go camping by myself. Doing this all by yourself? Are you out here all alone? That's so cool. I could never do that. And I always tell them, sure you can. You can absolutely go on your own. You get a tent, you get a sleeping bag, and you can just go out for one night and just give it a try. You are so much more capable than you give yourself credit for.
So I'm tucked into the tent for the night. I just had a shower. I don't usually have a shower when I go camping because if I'm just gone for a couple of days, I just become one with nature and just get real gross about it. But I was just hot and sticky and I had a million bug bites and I was like, I just need to wash the first layer of grime off of me. And the water pressure was so heavy that I think I sandblasted my first layer of skin. It even, I don't know if you can see, oh, it's too bright. it blew my little nose stud out of my nose, so I don't have one now. Anyway, I am going to read for a little bit and then turn in, so good night. Well, good morning. I'm going to make some coffee, but first I'm going to dry everything off. It rained quite a bit last night, just kind of all of a sudden in the middle of the night. At the last minute last night, I thought to put my chair in the car, and I'm glad I did, because now I have a dry place to sit this morning and drink my coffee. Okay, coffee. My little camp stove took a few tries to get started today. I hope it's not going. It is like 10 years old, so I suppose it owes me nothing. Older than 10 years old, but still. It did get wet last night, so that could be why too. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's just regular half and half coffee cream. I just put some in a jar from the big container at home. Here. I also forgot to bring a teaspoon with me, so got this giant soup spoon. Yep, that's the stuff. Now I can finish my coffee, finish reading my book today. I'm pretty close. I'm going to finish reading it today. I find with these chairs, I have to sit with my legs up, because if I sit with them down, like just normally in a chair, the backs of my legs end up hurting so bad by the end of the camping trip. Like I've stretched them or pulled muscles or something. I don't know. Any kind of camp chair like this will do it. So I always have my feet propped up on either like my kitchen box or the bench for the picnic table or something. All this rain has the mosquitoes out in full force. Okay, well, I finished reading that book. I have thoughts, but I'll probably publish a short about that in the next few days. So watch for that. I think it's time for some breakfast. I'm gonna do some bacon. And I'm gonna make some pancakes with blueberries. And these are not all gonna fit in this pan, but I wanted to use the big pan for pancakes. Well, we'll see what that does. Bacon always kind of makes me nervous to cook. At home, I usually make it in the oven if I'm going to make it. Or I'll just get real lazy and buy the already cooked stuff and just put it in the microwave. But we don't have a microwave because we're camping. So we're making it on the stove. At least there's no smoke alarm we can set off here like we can at home. The good news is the burners have lit on the first try this time, so I think they were just a little bit wet. So hooray, my stove is still working. Well, I do like well done bacon, so don't know if I usually like it that well done, but that's what we're working with. I'm gonna make some pancakes. At home, I always make pancakes from scratch, but when I'm camping, it's just easier just to make it from a mix. This is also gonna be a very exact measurement. This is a bit of a disaster breakfast today, but I'm just gonna go with it. If any old YouTube watchers remember Jenna Marbles when she did Jenna's Ratchet Salon, I think we're in Deanne's Ratchet Kitchen right now. It'll taste fine. It's just not winning any awards for presentation. Bon appetit. So it's just going on 12 noon now. I found since being off work, and I've only been off work for a couple of weeks. Officially, it's been a week because July 2nd was my last day, but I didn't work the week before. So it's been a couple of weeks now that I've been off work. And I found that my eating habits have changed. When I was working, I would usually get up, make coffee, work for a little bit, and then have breakfast around like 10. And then I'd go for lunch around 1 and eat lunch because it's lunchtime. And then have dinner between like 6 and 7. Since not having that schedule, or any schedule, I find I want to have breakfast between like 10 and 11. It's a bit later today, but you know, we're on vacation, I guess, so it's fine. But I usually want to have breakfast between 10 and 11, maybe even a little bit later. And then maybe just like a snack in the afternoon, and then dinner. So my grocery shopping habits have changed too, where I don't buy like lunch food anymore. So kind of interesting how like you take having a job out of the equation and it changes things like the food you eat. Well, the sun has finally come out and I finally feel warm enough that I can maybe change out of my sweats and long sleeve t-shirt. I've been chilly all morning. So I think I'm going to put on my bathing suit and then just some like summer clothes over top and go down to the beach. I don't know if I'm gonna get in the water because lake water is so cold. I always spend like so much time just with my feet in the water, like working up to literally taking the plunge. So we'll see if I actually get in the water. It is supposed to go to 25 degrees this afternoon, so I might want to later. But for now, I'll get maybe a little snack and another book I'm reading and maybe my knitting, just bring all my little hobbies and just find a nice place to hang out at the beach for the day. So I'm sitting back from the beach a little bit. I don't like to sit right on the sand because then I just get all full of sand and I don't like that. The sand didn't look overly nice today either. It seemed to have a lot of dirt in it for some reason. So I don't know. I'll probably walk over there later. But for now, I'm just parked on the grass here in front of the water. And I'm going to hang out for a little bit. Okay, so the wind has come up and it's actually quite chilly right now. Like I have a little t-shirt and tennis skirt on and I'm cold sitting here. And there's people at this beach who are just really annoying. Like I will never understand people that need to stand 50 feet away from each other and have a yelling conversation at each other. just walk over there and talk to that guy. Like, stop yelling across the beach at people. It drives me crazy. So there's a beach across the highway that I might go over to and see what it's like over there. They also have a food truck there, and I'm just a little bit hungry. I forgot to bring snacks from the campsite. And I feel like the food truck might have like a poutine, and a poutine might be like just what I want right now. Because I'm cold, and so I just want something warm and tasty and yummy. I just want poutine. So let's pack up, let's go across the highway and see what we can find over there. Okay, so I went to the other beach and they didn't have a food truck this time. Usually there's a food truck. So I don't know. There's been a few things that they haven't had this year at this campground. So I don't know if it's budget cutbacks or what, but there was no food truck. So I was like, well, I'll go to the campground at the top of the hill. It's part of the same park. And I know when I've been winter camping here before, they've had a little kitchen by the visitor center. And I thought, well, maybe they'll have something there. I just really wanted like something like warm and kind of like pub foodie kind of thing. So I went up there. They did not have a kitchen. There was a cow that was loose though. I didn't take a video because I was driving slowly at the time, but I pull up and like there's a conservation officer that was kind of like parked diagonally in the lane. And then there was another couple with like a truck and a trailer. And I'm like, what are all these people doing? And then I look and there's this huge black cow. And it's just like sauntering around. And then it kind of like stepped off of like the driving path and like into the bush. And I went for a little walk up in the, on the upper campground. And then I came back to my car and I left and they were still looking for this damn cow. So the entire drive, I was like this. I've never seen a cow just loose like that. That was wild. That was crazy town. But anyway, still didn't get any fries or anything. So then I thought, well, I'll just drive to Fort Qu'Appelle, which is a little town like a 10-minute drive from the park. And I got myself a coffee and I decided to try their potato wedges. I got it with creamy chipotle sauce. Tim's is pretty hit and miss when they try to make something that isn't coffee or donuts. They've released some weird pastries, some other like weird foods where it's like, this is not it. Potato wedges were surprisingly pretty good though. I gotta say, that's +1 for Tim's. Also, their pizza's kind of good. Call me a trash goblin. I don't care. Their pizza kind of goes hard. So, I have my coffee. I have my little potato wedges. I'm going to finish eating them here in the car and charge my phone while I do that because I'm staying at a non-electric site. And then I think I'm just going to go back to the campsite and kind of chill out for a little bit, get a fire started. It is getting kind of later in the afternoon. So yeah, I think I'll just kind of chill out for the rest of the day. Well, the bacon turned out better today. Looks nice, kind of shady, but it's not burnt to a crisp. It's the color it should be. I made one big pancake today. So this looks like a pretty good last breakfast before I pack up and get ready to head home. Okay, tent is as packed as it's going to get. When I opened my shed the other day to pack for camping, I was like, why is this not in the tent bag? Like, why does it just have like bungee cord wrapped around it? What's going on? Now I remembered. I have to be out of this campsite in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It is too friggin' hot. I am like this close to a temper tantrum. I do not have it in me to put it back in that bag nicely. I'm folding it up. I'm putting it in my car. When I get home and I have all the time in the world and it's not 30 degrees outside, I'll put it away nicely. let's get in the car where it's air conditioned. Okay, so I am in Fort Qu'Appelle. I stopped at the co-op just to get a sandwich because I didn't really want anything from Tim's. But after saying the other day, like, I don't really eat lunch anymore now that I'm not working, I've wanted lunch both days. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I just got myself a sandwich from Co-op. Co-op has good sandwiches, whether it's their grocery store or their gas stations. I'll always stop in at a Co-op and get a sandwich if I'm like out doing something and I'm hungry and I don't want fast food. Co-op sandwiches, not sponsored, but and then I had to get a coffee, even though it is 30 degrees above outside. Like I said, I'm never not drinking coffee. Also not sponsored, but I think it's like illegal to drive on Canadian highways without a Tim's coffee. Like, you have to get a Tim's if you're going to take a road trip. I don't make the rules, I just abide by them. So with the campground fees and the park fees, I could stay in the park for the rest of the day. I just had to be at the campsite by noon. And a lot of times I will go to the beach kind of after I pack up and everything. And today would have been a beautiful day for it because it is like 30 degrees. It's going to be hot all weekend, which is nice. It's like perfect beach weather. But I miss my cats. I've always been a cat person. And I've like always had cats and have always like, yeah, I'm ready to go home and like see my cats. Since in 2019, I started working from home. And since then, because I'm just like around my cats all the time now, I don't want to be away from them for more than like a couple of nights. Even, this is so stupid. When I was packing up to leave my house the other day to go camping, I was crying. They drive me crazy sometimes. They can be so bad sometimes, but oh my God, I miss them. So I'm going to eat this sandwich. By then my coffee should have cooled that I can drink it while I'm on the highway. I'm going to put on a podcast and I am going to hit the road and I'm going to go home and see my babies and be somewhere where I have at least access to like fans and cooling measures when it's hot. My house doesn't have air conditioning, but the main floor stays pretty cool. So when it gets this hot, I don't like to be camping because there's just no reprieve. So let's go home. Okay, so it's a few days later now, and no, I did not forget to shoot an outro when I got home from camping, just like I didn't forget to shoot an intro to this video entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. But I hope you enjoyed coming camping with me. I love camping, and camping can be whatever you want to. You know, most people would say, no, you have to like hike all day to get into a site. And then once you get there, you're just gonna like sleep because you're gonna be so tired. And you have to like eat hot dogs or like MREs or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's one way to go camping. Or you can drive an hour out of town, go to a provincial park, stay at a campground where, yes, there are people around you, but the trees and the sites are set up in such a way that you're not right on top of each other. You still feel like you have some privacy. You can just make the leftovers for dinner that you had in the city last night, or you can have a hot dog, or you can have whatever you want. I'm sure you could make lobster over the fire if you wanted to. And you can just read books and knit and like do crossword puzzles. You can do whatever you want. So don't let people tell you that there is one way to go camping and that if you're doing it a different way, you're wrong. You have free will. Just get in the car, go an hour out of town, pitch a tent, have a good time. So thank you so much for watching today. Thank you to my neighbors for making all this noise. Thank you so much for watching. Ah! So thank you so much for watching today. Let me know if you enjoy camping, where you like to go camping, what kind of camping you like to do. And if you've never been camping before, let me know if this has inspired you. You can totally go camping. I feel like there is a bit of people feel like there's a barrier to entry. There's totally not. Just go camping. It's a good time. But until next time, take care of each other and be kind and go camping.